give your Dataclay rig license bot functionality. In the latest version of Dataclay's templater version 3.7, Dataclay has unlocked the capabilities for you to use your rig license with bot functionality. This does two things. One, it allows you to explore what's possible with the bot, and two, it allows you to use bot on a spot-by-spot basis as opposed to requiring you to have a monthly or annual subscription. The benefits of bot are that it unlocks a more automated workflow, and one of my favorite things to do is to batch render from a data source like Google Sheet. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step to get you up and running, but first, you need to have either a rig or a pro license. If you don't have either, head on down to the description and follow that link to get a rig license using my BALLERFX-RIG-PROMO code that will get you 95% off of your rig license. Rig is a perpetual license, meaning that you only pay for it once. You can also follow my Dataclay playlist that has a host of other tutorials that will get you up and running as well. I do also want to mention that you need to be using the same email that you use for your rig license as you are using to buy credits in order to get this to work. So make sure whatever email you're using is the same one for both your rig license and your credits. So now that you have everything you need, let's walk through this step by step. I'm going to go over to Preferences, Licensing, and when I hit Activation, I'm going to go ahead and paste my rig license that I have into this product key. So paste it there, hit Activate, save your project, and restart After Effects to complete registration. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll restart After Effects. So let's go ahead and link our Google Sheet. You've seen this before, but it's going to look a little bit different because Google made some adjustments. And you're going to now see this launch file picker for Google Drive here. So the process is, although similar, you're still selecting your sheet. There is a little bit more that goes into selecting this, making sure that your Google account is linked correctly. So click Open File Picker, select Documents. So I just click this green text. It gives me another pop-up. I'm going to select the email that I'm using. And now I have all my options. So I'm going to select that top one. And you can see it appear here. And then follow the instructions on the sheet here. It says to continue, return to templater and click Refresh Sheets. Return to templater and click Refresh Sheets. So we can see this has appeared. When I click on this, it's going to give me all the different options that I have. I have quite a few tabs in my Google Sheet, and those are all represented here once I twirl this open. So I'm going to select NFL Draft Main, and then I click Link Worksheet, and this should now look the same as how you're used to seeing it up here if you're connecting a Google Sheet. I also have some footage, mainly logos and imagery that I have here for templater footage. So I make sure you point that to where you want it to go if you have any footage. And then I can cycle through all of my data. So if I hit this back, it's going to go to Bryce Young, which is line 1 for my data source here. Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, all that information is correct. All right. So we have everything working as we expect within Templater. So now we need to go in and purchase credits for the Q meter. And you can just get here directly by going to dataclay.com/credits. And they have this drop down here allowing you to purchase a number of credits. It maxes out at 500, and you can't do more than 1,000 at a time when you purchase credits. So if you find yourself purchasing a lot of credits, you might want to actually look into purchasing a pro or a bot license because it might be more cost effective anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and select 500 credits. Say I have red and the price updates here. $100 for 500 credits. And add to cart. and then go ahead and check out. All right, so once I checked out here, gets me to this end page, and it says to confirm the credits have been added, sign into your QMeter account via the templater panel and click the refresh button next to the Q credits display in the output group of controls to sync the QMeter. You can also confirm your credit count in your Q dashboard. Now, you don't have to have Q in order to get this to work. We just need your rig license. So let's go ahead and hit continue. And I can minimize this now. So if you're not seeing this Q credits down here, go ahead and click this Q up here and just make sure that you're signed in with your proper email that's the same email as your rig license. So once you see all of that up here, you should be all set. And then just restart After Effects if you need to. And you should see this Q credits down here in the corner. Once you have all that set up, go to q.dataclay.com and read through the terms of service here, and then you just click on this orange link up here in order to agree. And although I don't have anything in here, it says I have 500 credits available. All right, so once I got through that process, I restarted After Effects, and now you see Q credits over here, and it says I have 500, the exact same amount that I purchased. So now you may be asking yourself, what constitutes a credit? So let's quickly talk through that. Think of it as anything that requires an output is a credit. That can mean a spot check, a replication, or a render. Each one of those would constitute a credit. Anytime you create an asset, you are using a credit. So if you spot check and render, that's 2 credits. If you replicate your project, that's 1 credit. And if you just do 10 spot checks, that's 10 credits. Just to give you an idea of how many credits maybe you need to purchase on the front end. Now, because this is super easy and intuitive to just click the plus button and add more, you're probably more likely to start small. There's no incremental cost advantage to purchasing credits up front, and the credits only last for a year. So make sure whatever credits you purchase that you're going to be able to use those within a year's time. So 50 credits for $10. If I get 100 credits, it's going to 20, 250, 350, and then 500 is 100. So everything doubles. You're not getting incrementally more credits. So my advice would be start small, see what you're using, see how many you're using, and then maybe you'll have a better idea of what is right for you. So now let's jump back into After Effects and get to our rendering, which is why we bought the credits to begin with. So I have my rig license already activated. I have everything set up here for my spreadsheet. My Google Sheet here is linked here. I have my footage input and my destination output here as well. So all I have to do is set up my render status column. So I'm just going to put a couple in here and click on this, drag the corner down, and then hit enable bot. And I'll shrink this down a little bit. And it takes a second for it to initialize. That's Google Sheet connecting with After Effects. It checks every 30 seconds or so. So we're just waiting for it to connect. And then it will pick up the render status, and you'll see all of them change. One of them will change to processing, and the rest will change to queued. And then we're going to be off and running as they go through and render. So here we go. And you can see my queue credits over here starting to decrement. With the render, it's going to count down after each one is completed because I set up my bot. I'm doing a render for each row. So it's only costing me 1 credit to set that up and render. If I was going to be doing a spot check at the same time, that would cost me 2 credits. All right, so you can see I've rendered 10 assets here. And I'm at 490 for my Q credits. If I wanted to go ahead and purchase more credits, all I have to do is just click on this plus button right next to my Q credits number. It's going to open this dataclay.com/credits directly in my browser. So it's super easy for me to go in and add more credits. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm just going to add 50. And then you follow the same process that you did the first time. All right, so it's confirming that I have made that purchase. I can go ahead and minimize this window here. And I still see 490 credits over here next to this Q credits. So I'm simply going to hit this refresh button, and it automatically updates to say 540, which is the additional 50 credits that I just purchased. So that's how you can use those easy UI elements right next to the Q credits to keep you updated and also make additional credit purchases directly from the After Effects panel. Simple, easy, intuitive, and everything already updated. So now I'm back to using my bot to render.